Hey, what's up guys? It's Mark with thebasswizard.com, and today I want to answer a question I get asked a lot, which is, do I need to learn how to read music? And obviously not a very easy question to answer. It really depends a lot on your goals and what you're looking to do. Obviously, if you want to be a complete musician, you should know how to read music. I would never discourage anyone from learning how to read music. But at the same time, I know a lot of people are limited and they're pressed for time, and not everyone wants to be a professional musician, so you really have to prioritize what you're going to be working on and what you're going to learn. So, as far as learning to read music, I can think of 3 situations where you would absolutely need to know how to read music, and those 3 are: if you're a classical musician, you want to play in the orchestra, you definitely need to know how to read music. That's all those guys do is read music, so you have to do that. If you want to play on musical theater, Broadway, that kind of stuff, you absolutely need to know how to read music, because that's what they do as well. If you play one of those shows, they're going to put music in front of you and expect you to sight read it, so you do need to know how to read music for that. And then the third situation is cruise ship gigs. If you want to play in a cruise ship, absolutely need to learn how to music as well. That's a big part of the audition process. If you audition for one of those gigs, is they're going to put a chart in front of you and ask you to sight read it, and you need to be able to do that if you want to do a cruise ship gig. So those are 3 situations off the top of my head that I can think of. Also, another situation, if you want to go to Berklee or a music school like that, you will need to know how to read music. And so music education, if you want to be a music teacher or you have aspirations of doing that, you will need to know how to read music, obviously. But if you're a hobbyist musician and you just want to jam with friends and play in bands and that kind of stuff, you don't need to know how to read music. If you want to be a touring musician and do some sideman type gigs like the stuff that I've done, I've never had to read music for those. I've been in LA for about 10 years now, working as a professional musician, and I can count in one hand the amount of times that I was actually expected to read music. So really, in today's world, in like the pop, rock kind of world, if you're doing those kind of gigs, you're not expected to read music 90% of the time. All they'll do is they'll send you a recording and ask you to learn it by ear. So it's a lot more important to train your ear than to read music, if that's what you're looking to do, if you want to do those kind of gigs. I know a lot of session guitarists and bass players who work a lot, play on a lot of records, and they can't read music, and they've never been expected to. It's all ear. So I hope that helps you a little bit. And like I said, cruise ship gigs, classical, orchestras, musical theater, or music education. If you want to go to music school and you want to be a music teacher, that kind of stuff, absolutely need to know how to read music. Everything else, you don't need to. That doesn't mean you shouldn't. I still think everyone should learn how to read music. It's a great art form. It's a great thing to do. I mean, it's how you communicate with other musicians, and it's just a great thing to know how to do. So I still think you should learn it, but do you absolutely need to? Should you take the time to learn to read music and be a great sight reader as opposed to working on technique or training your ear or all that other stuff? I don't feel like that should be the priority. So again, depends on your goals, depends on how much time you have and how much time you're willing to put into it, but that's just my opinion. I hope that helps you guys. If you have any more questions, just leave a comment, ask me, and I'm more than happy to help. See you guys next time. Thanks.